Welcome back, Hunters. I'm SurvivalVis, and we return to the Hunter Classic for a very special annual event. Let me try to find it. Oh, actually, it's too dark right now, but the moon is full. The barrier, or the veil between worlds, is thinned and waned, and there are werewolves about now upon Timbergold Trails. It is the Halloween event for the Hunter Classic, and we have quite a bit to outfit ourselves with. So I picked up some EM bucks, or basically the microtransaction money, and bought a few things for the event. So, to be honest, the only weapon that works, or two weapons that work, but I only picked up one, are the Wolfsbane weapons, which I have one right here, which is the crossbow pistol. I picked up 20 silver crossbow bolts to go out with, and I did pick up a scope for it. So from the 20 amount, I picked up these two weapons. I also picked up, and I'll put it on, the Van Helsing hat, which is supposed to actually draw werewolves to you. Not sure how well I'd like that to work, but we'll see, because, I mean, I could use any attracted info I can get. Okay, yeah, I know that, well, it doesn't want to go away there. Okay, I want to make sure I do have the first aid kits. Yeah, I don't think there's any other animals really on Timbergold Trail. So I think I'll just stick with the crossbow pistol. And I'm trying to remember. So yeah, it was the pistol, the hat. It was also... I picked up the electronic collar because I had some excess GM for the amount I went. And I picked up a weapon that I'll talk about more probably next week's episode. Or maybe even the week after. We'll see how many Halloween ones I'll do. Because the event is only active for a week. And I do want to try to show it off and get into, like, the gist of it. But, I mean, to be honest, there's not too much I really have that I can, like, take with me. Is that a... Okay, that is... Well, it's a mini scent eliminator. Oh, wait, that's a bigger scent eliminator. I didn't even realize I had those. And, yeah, I think that's basically everything for our loadout. So, as you can see, there's a lot different on Timbergold Trails for while the event is Ooh. Oh, I like the little rune symbols on the top there. But, yeah, I'll pause it for a moment here. Actually, no, I guess I don't need to. I can start walking. As you can see, Timbergold is in, like, this twilight period for whenever you hunt on it for this week. Even the icon in the launcher for the hunter changed to be a little werewolf head inside the reserve icon. And, yeah, they definitely went very nice and spooky with the atmosphere and the feel to it. Oh, even got, like, handprint in that. I think this year they added, like... Oh, I didn't even realize that there's, like... Okay, these are kind of interesting jars. Is that actually, that is a severed head in there. Okay, they really decided to go all out for... Oh, hello, Mr. Ghost. Do you actually, like, close the curtains if you... Oh, no, I guess you're just kind of ornate, or static. Okay, but anyway, we're here to hunt werewolves, so we're going to head out and do that. The only weapons that work are the Wolfsbane weapons, which are this or a handgun. To be honest, I probably should have taken the handgun, but you know me, Mr. Archery Nut. I figured I'd take the crossbow pistol here, and I do think I can use it outside of regular hunts. I just have to switch the ammo type out. But yeah, this is... I want to be interested. Maybe I shouldn't be making noise. I was trying to see if I actually had, like, say, a light source or a flashlight I could turn on. But, yeah, this is going to be an interesting experience. Ooh. There's actually some neat things in the woods like that, too. Now, I know Danger Floofoo has been a very big supporter for the Hunter Classics, a series on the channel, has given all kinds of good advice. They thought that there's going to be, like, a new animal released this Halloween, or, like, a different animal to hunt, but it seems like all that it was actually, like, a color variation or a fur variation for the regular werewolves. Which, to be honest, I think I'm kind of okay with. If you're only going to have the event run for a single week, I do think you want to watch how much content you have, like, put out. Because when you think about it, with how much the Hunter kind of can be a time sink and you need to put in for some just single games, I think it does feel like a week might be pushing a little too much, or, like, a little too short for how much you might have to do or play. But we'll see how this goes, and... Yeah, one thing, too, is with this one, is my weapon skill is going to... Actually, let me lift it up. It doesn't look like... Okay, no, there is quite a bit of variation in the sway. The first time I bought it up there, I was walking and I lifted up the weapon. Seemed like it wasn't too bad for, like, what was going on. Yeah, I only want to pick up one of the Wolfsbane weapons because, well, I don't really hunt with handguns that much, but I could see trying out the crossbow pistol more in regular hunts or using it. I'll probably, maybe even after the Halloween stuff, I will be using it in a regular hunt, combined with another weapon that again, I want to talk about it more afterwards, but I figured no, there are actually there are other animals on the map too. I did not realize that. Maybe I should have picked up something else. You know what? No, I think I'll stick with this, because if I picked up other stuff, I'd probably spend more time on other animals than I should just try and go after the werewolves. And I gotta admit, the atmosphere, though, is just really kinda creepy. And that's a very good thing for a Halloween event, or a scary event like this. I'm hoping as I go along, though, we'll get a call and I can at least get one werewolf before it gets me. It's hard to say how many are actually out in the map, or, like, how dangerous they really are. I also have to change up how I'm probably aiming, because, like, with that, I don't know if the werewolves are bipedal or quadrupedal when they're, like, out in the map. There's a lot I'll be learning just, like, going into this on. I'm sort of hoping what they'll do is, I don't really know. Like, if they were bipedal, then it'd probably be easier to deal with because it's easier to possibly get, like, the heart and lung shot. But if they're quadrupedal, oh, man. I only thought about this now. This is going to be interesting. We'll carefully go along, see what's happening, and just try to mind ourselves. But yeah, I do like how, like, the runes are almost, like, glowing at the top of this. Okay, we'll just head down this way. Definitely will just stick to the trail for a while. I don't want to go running or that because, again, I'm not entirely sure what I'm facing, like, danger-wise. I do have the hat on, which might be a mistake. We'll have to see. But yeah, I gotta admit, like, being on Timbergold now, where it's kind of like this ambience and atmosphere out, they definitely did a great... They knew how to change the Hunter into being more, like, creepy, horror game-esque style. I basically just have to keep my eyes out for tracks. And then go from them. Also try to see if there are any, like, calls or anything that happen out as well. Kind of hard to say exactly what the first contact will be with one. Like, looking into the woods. And then just like this, the low atmosphere of the wind blowing too. The Hunter is easily a very atmospheric game, and depending on what atmosphere they want to deliver on, they do it very well. Okay, we have gotten quite a ways. No, just her still. See, this is starting to get around the point where I think we encountered, like, the first grizzly last week. Because we did embark from the same lodge. I figured might as well go for unfamiliar territory for quite this unfamiliar hunt. So this is actually the first time I've done the Halloween event, I believe. I think I might have seen it once or twice when I was still playing before I took a hiatus from the Hunter Classic. But I never picked up any of the weapons that you're supposed to have for it. Actually, I don't even know... I can't even remember now if I actually really did even, like, participate at all or not. Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll just kind of, again, keep going and see. There haven't been anything track-wise to go off of. So we'll just be careful as we keep going. And if you do want to participate in the event yourselves with the bit of time there is still left, I'm trying to remember how much the crossbow pistol was. I think it's 350 EM, so... You might be okay with just, like, spending the $5 for the 500. And that way that gives you a weapon and the scope, and then if you have GM, you can just buy the ammo itself. The ammo is regular GM price of the other nope. Oh, goody. We got our first werewolf. And it is in some thick bush. Now, will we be the hunter or the hunted? That's what we'll have to find out. Dances with Werewolves objective. Yeah, I decided to activate that mission. It has a huge payout if you're actually able to complete all of the... Anyone else spill their coffee? What? It has a huge payout of a lot of GM, but there's a lot of, like, objective things to complete for it to actually achieve it. So I highly doubt I'll be completing the objective myself, or completing the mission. I'll probably hit objectives, or hope to hit more objectives from it. Oh man, it's basically going to be a point of... I don't think binoculars will help that much for trying to... identify, really. Well, there is an elk call, but that's not really what we're out here for. I really want to be careful, because, like, as we saw from Logger's Point with the boar that kind of ran me down, I don't know if I'll have a lot of time to be able to react if it, like, sees and comes in after me. But the way it is right now... Okay, we're getting close to where the call came from. Oh, we got track. Okay. Let's see what direction you were deciding to go off. Ooh, those are very big. Those are very big tracks. Okay, well there's another one there, so... Oh, and another one there. Okay, so there was another little step of it completed. Okay, so... I think that was the most recent here. Because it looks like the direction... Oh, it's kind of hard to tell. Well, we're at least on the tracks, because it seems like this is the direction it took. Okay, now just, again, I want to be very careful, because I don't know how aggressive they are as an animal, or how well their senses are. Okay, but we're closing in again. Wait, did it come back this way? Okay, there are a lot of tracks starting to go... odd patterns here. That's from very far. I think a call would actually be the best thing to help narrow this down on, because, like, I don't know what's going on here. That one's saying it went back this way. But then if I check this one, I thought... Oh, there was droppings. Okay, well, this says the... over this way. Problem is, I don't have any other, like, tracks popping up here to say it kept going this direction. And again, this is sort of where I had the problem with the Hunter's tracking system. Oh, okay, here we go. Here's another one. So that it can be very easy to lose the trail, and depending on, like... Oh, jeez. Okay, it managed to get way off. That's one of the things. I always play perhaps maybe a little too cautiously when it can come to the Hunter Classic. But now I know there's this much distance to go to catch up to it, I'm just probably going to walk and keep after it. This is actually, I think, around the same territory where we had the grizzlies that we encountered from our first episode on Timbergold. We'll see if we can actually get our first werewolf in this episode and then keep going on. Yeah, they move... Well, actually, I shouldn't say it moved very quickly, because if it did keep a certain pathway that just kind of kept going off in, I could see it reasonably getting out to where it is now. Wait, that's the... Holy crap, okay, they travel very fast. I mean, it's kind of expected for a werewolf, but I was not expecting it to be, like, that quick of how it goes those distances. Man. It might be a case I have to remain standing in order to catch up to it. What was that? Ho ho ho! First werewolf taken down with him charging us. So you actually do have a little bit of audio cue to what they're up to, but man. Hello, Big Ugly. Ladies and gentlemen, our first werewolf in the first episode. And it's a female that went through head, skull, brain. Yeah, the hitboxes are a little wonky, because according to this, I went right through the top of the head, and then it went all the way to only piercing, like, intestines. Either way, though, we've gotten our first werewolf of the event. Is there... I don't actually know... Okay, I guess that's a good enough one with the crossbow pistol. I was going to say, it doesn't look like there's, like, a really good... maybe that's better. There's not too good of a Wait, it said I hit the skull, but looking at this... What the... Hey, so... I guess I have a trend with floating arrows and bolts in this game because, well, you guys can see that right there. It's not even, like, in the animal. Yeah, there are definitely some things that were a little wonky. Oh, come on, werewolf. You're kinda drunk here. There were some trophy poses that you could, like, buy for certain animals. I feel like that's a little bit... Okay. Draw me like one of your French girls. That's exactly what we'll take the pose for, considering this is a female one. Let's get us maybe right about there. Hey! Actually, what filters can we put on? Is there one that's... don't think so. I'm not looking for deep blue. Warmth, actually... don't think warmth. Shadows, I don't think that's really that different from what we have basic. Centennial, we're old school werewolf hunter. Nah, we'll just stick with no filter on that. Accept that. And sells for 30 GM. Not too bad, actually. And, oh, the pistol's already reloaded. So yeah, we'll get back the trail, and then I will keep going this episode for a little bit longer. But, oh, just to hear, like, heard it in the distance, started to hear the snarl, and just started to see the shape coming over. I am very glad I took that shot that I did. Didn't even hold breath. It was basically just raise it up, and as soon as I could fire it. But that's a nice little confidence booster. Now we just have to keep at it and see what else we can find. The big thing is, I think I'm going to have to be more bold than I usually am for the hunter, and just, like, approach standing. Because that's honestly what worked best. They cover a lot of ground very quickly from, like, just how I was trying to catch up to it, but I think that's resolved more if I just stand upright and keep following along. I'll be able to do better with it. It also seems like they do have audio cues they put out for when you are getting close and they are going to charge you. So if you can kind of identify where they're, like, coming from, you can know the direction to watch. Now, I don't know if... See, I got lucky because that managed to go through the brain of it. But I don't know what would happen if, say, you only got, like, a lung shot or a body shot. Oh, we got tracks of something else. It might just be elk, but... Okay, it is just elk. I'm actually kind of glad it's just that, because I was going to say... Wait, was there another werewolf already around us? But no, it's thankfully just an elk. Yeah, so let's get that off, and we'll prep to put that when we get the next call. The electronic collar I did pick up using the EM, or some of the extra EM I got from the 2000 I picked up. That caused a little bit of controversy in the comments for the Hunter Classic, but I still, actually, GM-wise, I think I still have over 4,000 after buying some of the ammo I did. Oh, we got another track here. Is this just elk, or is this another werewolf? Oh, just elk. Okay. So we're going to stick on to the road here. Yeah, so GM-wise, I think I am still over 4 grand. I haven't really spent that much of it. It was just buying a few, like, ammo bundles for the crossbow pistol here, and for the other weapon I picked up that I'll talk about after the Halloween stuff is done. trying to think of what else I wanted to mention. Alright, I was talking about the e-collar. Yeah, there's a little bit of, I wouldn't say drama, but there was a little bit of back and forth of, like, it started as a discussion of the best sort of tactics or guide to improve and how certain things are in the game. It kind of devolved into more dismissive, condescending, or insulting stuff, so that I kind of took off quickly from the channel. I have no problem with criticism, debates, or stuff like that, but when it turns more into, like, dismissive, you don't really flesh out the points you're trying to talk about, and it's more, like, insulting, then I'm going to put a complete kibosh and get that off the channel for, like, comment-wise. Well, as long as it's, like, a constructive argument of, like, this is better for this reason and this reason. I think this is better for this reason and that reason. Well, that does there, but that could also like this. Like, that kind of stuff I have no problem, and I would encourage on the channel to... Oh, you're close by, too. Okay, let's keep ears open. This is kind of where... I wish I didn't have to switch gear to... have a weapon out and check tracks. You know, until I get a better idea of... Oh crap, really? Why is it able to go like that? If it was coming straight on, I would have been fine. But you guys literally saw it took like a 90-degree turn, and because of how slow the hunter is... Well, what if I don't want... Can I really not just, like, respawn back into lodge or something? I have to... Okay, that's kind of a bad design choice, because I wouldn't have even chose to, like, heal here. I guess I'll use a first aid kit. But you... That's my problem with the Hunter Primal, is this is not made for action. Like, it is slow to move around in that. And when you have a fast-moving thing like that come in... Which, hang on a moment, is that even from a different one? Or is this a different... That... Oh man, there were multiple here. But like, I would have been just fine if he came straight at us. But all of a sudden, because of that turn, I don't know what you could do in that. I'll go for this other one, because I don't know how far the one that just, like, ran me down ran off to, but... Oh, that's one... Actually, you know what? I'll pause here for the first episode. So it's 1-to-1 for what we got and what the werewolves got, but, man... The hunter is not made for action-oriented stuff. It is meant for slow-paced hunting rather than up-close shooter mechanics. We'll end this episode here and keep trying for the next episode of the weekend and just see how it goes. If it is a lot of the werewolves are so hard to keep track of and like get shots on, like they don't do the straight in or it's like right towards the end there, that's a dramatic turn, then yeah, I think I might just do the one weekend of it. But if it's more engaging and fun, I'll keep going and maybe get 2 weekends out of the Halloween stuff while it's live, just since it is a limited time thing. But thank you guys very much for joining me on this episode of the Hunter Classic. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to give a like, and if you have any comments, tips, or tricks, be sure to leave them in the comments right down below. Until I do catch you all in the next video or episode, survivors and hunters, please remember, as always, to take care, stay alive, and happy hunting.